Hello, darlings. I know I've been MIA for a bit now. I'm trying today to get back into the swing of things. I pretty much, between my meds messing with me and my lady cycle, have been just completely exhausted. I'd had a really bad flare of like my fibro, and not even as much the body aches as just the completely flooring fatigue, where like I was going to bed at like 7:30 on some nights, like even after sleeping in till 1 or 2 and probably taking a nap in the middle of the day, and then still having to go to bed super early just because I just couldn't function. My brain couldn't think, and it's really, really harsh when I get that fatigue kicking in the way that it was. And now with the fibroids, I guess it's changed my cycle, or it's messing with my cycle. So now it's not as predictable as it was. And I have the feeling that with the way that it's messing with my hormones, it made my the fatigue that usually comes with my PMS usually would only last like the day before, was the only time that I'd really have that kind of fatigue. But well, at least in the last 5 years, since I've had my Mirena, it was just the day before I would be complete fatigue, which is just it's a very unnatural tiredness. It's not like at the end of the day when you're just tired and you want to go to sleep because you worked real hard or stayed been up so long. It will hit you in the middle of whatever it is that you're doing. Like there were times where I would be fine, and then driving home from a doctor's appointment or something, just all of a sudden it like hits you in the face like a ton of bricks, and it's hard to even keep your eyes open. Tia, shush. I have my blinds open so she's looking at the cars driving by. Come over here. But it hits you like a ton of bricks, and it's hard to keep your eyes open. It puts a fog over your mind, where it makes it hard to remember anything or concentrate, or like any kind of thought processes are very difficult. So I've kind of just been on emergency mode. Which is first priority is self-care. So I've been trying to just take things easy, try to get rest as much as I can. I basically just let myself binge on Netflix and Hulu shows. Got caught almost caught up on all my TV shows. Watched a couple ones that I hadn't watched before and all that good stuff. I've had like over a week now that I've been in emergency mode. The good thing is that the house hasn't gone to complete hell during this time, since I have been, I literally made a physical document, which is like the different tiers of priorities in my life, to kind of give myself permission to focus on just those certain things depending on how I'm feeling each day, because I'm trying to battle with keep my depression at bay and anxiety and all that stuff. So while I'm trying to do all the Fly Lady routines and keep up on that, it gets you feel very defeated when I'm starting to do really good and keep up on my routines and my house is starting to make a little bit of progress, and then I get hit in the face with fatigue, and you know, I'm just not able to do the things that I was doing, and then you just, I start feeling guilty or inadequate, or like, oh, why can't I get these things done? So I really needed to basically kind of make a contract with myself and allow myself to prioritize and not feel like I'm failing because I can't function. And so, like, emergency mode is basically focusing on 3 things, which is my self-care with medications, hygiene, and all that stuff. And then the 2 main things that keep the household running, which is, feeding and clothing everyone. And the kids' meds and everybody else's meds kind of goes in with my self-care, because that was really what it was originally labeled, as just meds, food, and clothing. Because I need to make sure that the kids are getting their medications so they don't get derailed. But I've been doing pretty well, even through this big slump and binge watching lots and lots of TV. Like the last 4 days or so, I've been making myself get up and check something off my list every time a show ends. Challenging myself. Just, okay, you watched a show, now you got to get up and go do something productive. Doesn't, just even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes of something, like go and wash a couple of dishes, or, but usually what I've been doing is just hitting my hot spots. In my warpath method, instead of, because I wasn't able to get to any place where I could worry about what am I supposed to do today as far as, our daily focus, where it's anti-procrastination day or date night or desk day or any of that stuff. I was just not in a place that I could focus on any of that. So basically, I just did the warpath method, which for me is just basically I start at the same point each time, and there's like a path of what things I hit next, and I always start at my sink. Yes, darling, what's up? What do you need, child?
You need to go buy more crickets.
Yes, actually, feeding the snakes is on my list of things to do when I go to Meijer's. I'm glad you reminded me, because I do have to go to Meijer's. So we need to hit the feed store and get mice and crickets. We'll do that today. Will be our goal, because I'm supposed to check off feeding the snakes also today. So we'll do that soon. So why don't you get ready to go while I make my vlog.
Where are you going?
That's what I'm saying, is we should do that soon, because I don't know how long the store is open.
Right,
The snake store isn't open long.
Until 4, I think, today.
Shit, yeah, we gotta go now, because it's 3:20.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, we'll do that. But so I hit my work using the warpath method. I start at my kitchen sink, see whatever dishes are there, or, see if the dishwasher needs to be run or unloaded, or whatever the case may be. I check my laundry, see where my laundry is at, what needs to be folded, what needs to be put away, trying to make sure that I do 1 load a day. That's my only real requirement, is to do 1 load of laundry a day. So the sink and the laundry are my 2 main attractions, or main bases that I keep covered. Even when I'm not feeling functional, I try to at least do those 2 things. And if I happen to go and check on it and there's no laundry that needs to be moved, or no dishes to take care of, then I move on to like the countertops, or then I move to my back living room, which is the areas that we live in the most, is the kitchen and that back room. It's like the family room. So those are the areas that I haven't really gotten any further than that. With the exception of one day I got to working on my dining room tabletop and actually got that cleared off. There's still a lot that needs to be done, obviously, around here. I'm trying to get back on track today, and working on some of my, following some of my routines, checking things off my list, using my G tasks. I'm also ready to start focusing on my health, which is intimidating, but it needs to be done. I'm inspired by John because he's at a place with his recovery where he really needs to be walking a lot more than he is. He's getting physical therapy coming to the house twice a week, and they're very limited on what they can do here in the house. And then John's supposed to continue the exercises on his own in between visits. But he's supposed to be walking is supposed to be his main thing. And you can only walk back and forth through the house so many times before it's just, not working. So we've been talking all last week about going to the gym. We talked about it, but never actually did it because we never really put a schedule and said, okay, we are going to go on this day at this time or anything like that. So I told him that I feel like it's important enough that we need to treat it like an appointment, which is what my therapist has been telling me for a month now, is that she wants me to put it in my schedule and treat it like one of the kids' appointments and just go do it like it's something I have to do. I've had a really hard time mentally bringing myself to do that, especially with the flare and the depression. But yeah, the universe has given me the big push now because now it's important that John goes, and John needs me to go for him to be able to go because he's going to be the guest on my membership. So, and the timing is good. I got my fitness watch replaced for Christmas, and I'm really happy to have that again. Although I haven't really started even paying any attention to any of the health stats until like the last few days. So yesterday I made a little bit of effort to actually try to reach my steps goal. I'm starting my steps goal at 10,000 steps a day. I haven't been anywhere near hitting that at any point since I've had my sports watch thing. I also haven't been sleeping when I'm supposed to be sleeping, or focusing on drinking my water or anything like that. But those are all things that I'm going to be focusing on a lot, hopefully, because now it's at that point where the universe is just telling me in every which way, for John, for myself, I'm coming out of my fog. My weight has kind of hit that magic number where I'm like, okay, I don't want it to go any higher than this. It's my freak out number, 200 pounds. And I'm 5'9", so that's probably not as horrible as it could be, but it's still, I used to be like 140, so it's a scary number for me. So I want to totally focus on my healthy stuff, and it's going to be slow. I got to make sure that I don't burn myself out just trying to jump in and take everything on at once. So right now, my health goals are I want to focus on my steps, trying to get my steps, or an activity. Like, it gives you how many minutes out of the day you're active throughout the whole day. And I think right now I have it set to where my goal is just 60 minutes a day. And I haven't even been hitting that, apparently, most of this last week. I totally beat it yesterday because I was trying to get my steps in. I think I got up to like 8,500 and something steps. So, way closer than I have been. But I know I can do better because I sat around doing nothing, for the first half of the day before I decided that I wanted to at least try to get some more steps in. And it got me up being more active. Folded a whole bunch of laundry, so I'm happy to have all that kind of stuff. I still got to put it all away, which is gonna earn me a bunch of steps today, just walking back and forth. My water. I need to drink more water. I've been feeling really dehydrated, so that's one of the things I'm going to focus on is my steps, drinking more water, and just getting in the habit of logging what I eat. I'm not going to worry about do I hit my target yet or anything like that, but just getting in the habit of putting everything into the MyFitnessPal is a big one. This is one of the roadblocks that I usually hit when I'm doing this stuff, is that I hate logging everything into my MyFitnessPal, especially when I'm faking dinner. When I'm just throwing a bunch of stuff together, like a cheesy chicken and rice, or I don't know. I throw cheese on everything. But anyways, it gets really hard to figure out how many calories it is, the recipe is. It's like you have to really like focus and weigh things and break things down and figure out how much. And it's a big pain in the ass, since I don't even usually measure what I'm putting into the recipes to begin with. So it's very intimidating for me. But I'm going to start trying and tell myself that even if I don't have the exact calories in there for a recipe, just to try to find something similar, and go back in. And also to make sure that I am adding my wine in at the end of the night, because that is something that I would slip up on a lot too, because I'd be like, okay, I'm done recording my meals for the day, and then I'm gonna sit down, I'm aching, I'm gonna have a glass of wine, and then I would never remember to go back and add that in. And it's like 100 calories for 5 ounces of wine, and it's like 105 or something like that for the red wines that I usually drink. So those are my goals. Hopefully that some of this made some kind of sense. As far as my health goals, is just getting more active, moving more. I know the steps will be a lot easier to hit once I start taking John to the gym with me, which I think we've decided that we're going to start tomorrow. But I want to verify that, because originally I was saying Monday, Wednesday, Friday is my goal for, later. But I was going to start with Mondays and Fridays. But I think he said that Fridays he has appointments. So we might switch that around and do Tuesdays and Thursdays or something. Who knows? But that's my goal, is to actually make a schedule for going to the gym and treat it like an appointment. And I think that because I need to do it for John, I think it'll make it a lot easier for me to do it for myself, because that's how I work. If it's for somebody else, I'm more motivated, I guess. But, so yeah, that's about it. That's my update. That's where I've been. You guys will be seeing a lot more of me now, because I'm ready to start holding myself accountable, and doing these vlogs is really good for helping me hold myself accountable for what I'm getting done throughout the day, and what my goals are and stuff like that. So hopefully everything goes smoothly. And yeah, you guys let me know how are you guys doing on your resolutions or your New Year goals so far this year. I've had a slow start to mine, but I'm ready to start moving on it now, so better late than never. So yeah, I guess that's about it. I need to get moving and go be productive, so see you guys later. Have a good day.
And always look on the bright side of life. Come on! Always look on the bright side of life. For life is quite absurd, and death's a final word. You must always face the curtain with a bow. Forget about your sin, give the audience a grin.